Did you know there's an owl that breaks all the rules by hunting in broad daylight and flying exactly like a hawk? Hey there. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of one of nature's most unusual owls, the northern hawk owl. This incredible bird challenges everything you think you know about owls. If you're ready to discover a species that defies expectations, you're in the right place. And hey, if you love learning about amazing birds, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next adventure. The northern hawk owl, scientifically known as Surnia ulula, is a medium-sized owl that lives across the vast boreal forests of the northern hemisphere. You can find this remarkable bird stretching from Alaska through Canada and all the way across Scandinavia, Russia, and Siberia. But what makes this owl truly special isn't just where it lives, it's how it lives. Let's start with the most striking fact. This owl hunts during the day. While most owls are creatures of the night, the northern hawk owl is primarily diurnal. That means it's wide awake and hunting when the sun is up, making it one of the few owls you might actually spot during a daytime hike through the northern forests. Now, let's talk about why it's called a hawk owl. One look at this bird, and you'll understand immediately. With its long, tapered tail, smaller rounded head, and sleek body shape, the northern hawk owl looks more like a hawk than a typical owl. In fact, when it's in flight, people often mistake it for a Cooper's hawk. The resemblance isn't just skin deep either. This owl behaves like a hawk too. Watch a northern hawk owl hunt, and you'll see exactly what we mean. It perches at the very top of tall trees, often near clearings or open areas, scanning the ground below with intense focus. When it spots prey, it swoops down with incredible speed, flying fast and low across the landscape. Then, at the last possible moment, it swings upward and lands gracefully on its next perch. This hunting style is pure hawk behavior, and it's absolutely mesmerizing to watch. The northern hawk owl has a distinctive appearance that makes it easy to identify once you know what to look for. It measures about 15 to 17 inches in length, with a wingspan of around 33 inches. The face is whitish with a bold black border that frames it like parentheses. The eyes are bright yellow, almost golden in younger birds, giving it an intense, alert expression. The underside is covered in heavy dark barring across white feathers, while the back is dark gray-brown with white spotting on the crown and shoulders. That long tail we mentioned? It's graduated, meaning the feathers are different lengths, and it's marked with narrow white bars against dark gray-brown. This tail acts like a rudder, giving the owl exceptional control during its rapid flight maneuvers. Unlike many owls with soft, rounded wings, the northern hawk owl has pointed wings that enable swift, powerful flight with deep wing beats that look remarkably similar to a falcon's flight pattern. So what does this daytime hunter eat? The northern hawk owl is primarily a rodent specialist. In North America, it feeds heavily on voles, mice, lemmings, and shrews, with snowshoe hares making up a significant portion of the diet during their population peaks. In Eurasia, voles are the main course, particularly those from the microteuth family. During summer months, rodents can make up to 90% of what these owls consume. However, when winter arrives and snow blankets the landscape, the northern hawk owl adapts its menu. It begins hunting more birds, including ptarmigan and grouse. Here's where things get really impressive. Despite lacking the specialized skull adaptations that many owls use for sound-based hunting, the northern hawk owl can detect prey moving beneath up to 12 inches of snow. It uses a combination of keen hearing and sharp vision to pinpoint exactly where a vole is tunneling, then plunges down through the snow to capture it. The hunting technique is a sight to behold. The owl will hover in place, much like a kestrel, watching and listening for movement below. When it detects prey, it drops straight down, sometimes completely disappearing into the snow before emerging with its catch. This ability to hunt both by sight and sound makes the northern hawk owl a formidable predator in the harsh northern landscapes it calls home. Speaking of home, the northern hawk owl prefers open coniferous forests or mixed forests that include deciduous trees like larch, birch, poplar, and willow. It particularly loves recently burned areas, clearings, muskegs, and swamp valleys, anywhere that provides a mix of open hunting grounds and tall, perching trees. Dense, thick forests are not its style. This bird needs clear sightlines and prominent perches to survey its territory. When it comes to nesting, the northern hawk owl doesn't build its own nest. Instead, it's a cavity nester, using natural hollows in dead trees, broken off stump tops, or sometimes old nests abandoned by hawks, crows, or other large birds. The female lays between 3 and 13 eggs, with the exact number depending on how abundant food is that year. When prey is plentiful, she'll lay more eggs. When food is scarce, fewer eggs are produced. Interestingly, these owls are surprisingly tolerant of human presence. They've been known to nest relatively close to settlements and don't seem to fear people the way many wild birds do. This boldness makes them a favorite among birdwatchers, who often travel great distances hoping to catch a glimpse of this elusive species. The northern hawk owl is generally non-migratory, meaning most individuals stay within their breeding range year-round. However, and this is fascinating, their populations are nomadic. What does that mean? Well, their numbers and locations fluctuate dramatically based on the availability of prey. In North America, the owl's population follows the roughly 10-year cycle of snowshoe hare populations. In Eurasia, they track the 3 to 4-year boom and bust cycles of vole populations. When prey populations crash in one area, northern hawk owls will move, sometimes traveling hundreds of miles in search of better hunting grounds. This leads to what birders call eruptions, sudden appearances of these owls far south of their normal range. During winter months, lucky birdwatchers in the northern United States might spot northern hawk owls that have ventured south following prey movements. These visits are unpredictable and exciting, often drawing enthusiasts from far and wide who want to observe this northern specialist outside its typical habitat. The owl's vocalizations are quite varied and differ between males and females. During courtship, the male produces a rolling whistle that sounds like ululululululul, which interestingly is where the species name ulula comes from. He also makes sounds like tuwita-wit when showing a potential mate a good nesting site. The female's call is typically shorter and higher pitched. When danger approaches, both sexes give alarm calls that sound like rike, 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 rike. And if a predator gets too close to the nest, they'll release a high-pitched scream followed by sharp yips. Speaking of predators, even fierce hunters face threats of their own. The great horned owl is the northern hawk owl's primary predator. These larger nocturnal owls will attack roosting northern hawk owls while they sleep at night, or raid their nests to take eggs and young. To defend against these attacks, the northern hawk owl flattens its feathers and stands erect, making itself look larger and more intimidating. If that doesn't work, it will actively intercept and harass the predator to drive it away from the nest. Currently, the northern hawk owl is not considered threatened or at risk. Its vast range across the northern forests of 2 continents gives it considerable security. However, there are some interesting factors at play. Fire suppression by humans may actually negatively impact these owls because they rely on burned areas and the dead wood that comes from natural forest fires. These open, recently burned landscapes create ideal hunting grounds and provide the dead trees they need for nesting. On the flip side, modern forestry practices present a mixed picture. While logging can reduce available nesting sites, it also creates the open areas that attract voles and other small rodents, the owl's primary prey. The long-term effects of these changes remain uncertain, which is why ongoing observation of this species is so important. One of the most endearing qualities of the northern hawk owl is its approachable nature. Unlike many wild birds that flee at the first sign of humans, these owls often allow people to get surprisingly close. They'll sit calmly on their perches, watching observers with those piercing yellow eyes, seemingly unafraid and curious. This tolerance has made them beloved among photographers and birdwatchers, though it's always important to maintain respectful distances and never disturb nesting birds. The northern hawk owl truly is a bird that defies easy categorization. It's an owl that acts like a hawk. It hunts when other owls are sleeping. It flies with the speed and agility of a falcon. It can hear a vole moving under a foot of snow. And it lives in some of the most remote and beautiful forests on Earth. Every aspect of this bird showcases nature's incredible ability to adapt and specialize. What an incredible bird, right? The northern hawk owl proves that nature always has surprises waiting for us. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing daytime hunter, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We've got so many more fascinating species to explore together. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and drop a comment below telling us what bird you'd like to learn about next. Don't go anywhere because we've got another amazing bird video coming up next that you absolutely won't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.